wabarakatuh. How are you today? I have only here what Munira and what's your name? Niami Futun or Funan? Okay, I've been waiting for 15 minutes for the system of the Blackboard to be loaded. Anyway, finally, we are going to start. The PowerPoint is ready. You can see it. Assalamu alaikum. Please contact through the chat. It's open now. Assalamu alaikum. Munira and Batun, can you hear me? Okay, today we are going to finish the chapter we started on features. Last Wednesday, I don't know, something went wrong with the system. I waited for a whole hour for the Blackboard to open, but no way. Although the same day I gave a class to the morphology class, and maybe some of you registered in the same section. But when it came to the phonology class, I couldn't get in. I don't know what's wrong with the Blackboard system that time. Anyway, we can make up for that class, inshallah, maybe next Saturday. Next Saturday, we decide on a time, and I give you the complementary class. Okay, now let's start and finish chapter 7 on features. We stopped here. We have only one part left on page 103, the vocalic features. The vocalic features, and then we are going to start the new chapter. So in the previous parts, we talked about all the features that are related to the consonants. We talked about the major class features, the place features, and the manner features. Section 7.3.5 talks about vocalic features. These features are the ones related to the vowels. We have around 5 or 6 features. We have high, plus or minus high, and we have low, and we have back and front, and round, and then tense, and advanced and root. We start with the first feature, which is high. You can open your book, page 104, so you can follow, and you can see all the charts. So the plus minus high feature distinguishes high sounds from other sounds. Plus high, look at the abbreviation. If you're not happy with the abbreviations, you can use, you can write the full word, H-I-G-H. The plus high sounds are those that their reduction involves the body of the tongue raised above what is often called the neutral position, approximately that in vowels like the schwa and and of course some other vowels. Even some of the consonants like the k and the ya are considered, plus high consonants. Minus high consonants, when I say minus high, either it's going to be mid or low. These sounds are those where the body of the tongue is not so raised, such as in and a and a. Most of the sounds that are produced when the tongue is in a mid position or in a low position. Low, this feature distinguishes low sounds from other sounds. And when I say plus low, it's going to be sound like, for example, the ah or the ah. All these are low sounds, whether it's front or back. The plus low sounds are those in which the body of the tongue is lowered with respect to the neutral position. such as the low sound ah, as in aunt. Minus low sounds are those without such lowering. So when I say minus low, it means it doesn't have this feature. Either it's going to be whole, high, or mid. Note that the specification minus high and minus low characterizes mid vowels such as eh and o. These two sounds, o and eh, are neither high nor low because they are actually mid vowels. Again, look at the two charts here given in 7.11. We have one for the feature high and one for the feature low, and all the vowels are specified accordingly with the plus and the minus values. The third is back. This feature actually distinguishes back sounds from other sounds. The plus back sounds are those in which the body of the tongue is retracted from the neutral position, whereas the minus back sounds are those in which the tongue is not retracted. The fourth feature is front. We have minus front or plus front. This feature distinguishes sounds produced at the front of the mouth from those produced at the back of the mouth. Plus front sounds are actually produced when the body of the tongue is fronted from the neutral position, like the sound E and the sound E and the sound eh and the sound ah. The minus front ones are those for which the tongue is not fronted. So no fronting at all for the tongue. When I say minus front, I mean the back vowels like the oo and some of the central vowels, the oo and the o and the o, and some of the central vowels that are considered not front. Again, here, if you notice, we have two columns added for have been added for the back and the front feature. This helps you a lot in studying. Then we have the feature round. So we have some round vowels and we have some vowels not rounded. Plus and minus round feature distinguishes rounded sounds from unrounded sounds. Plus round sounds are those while producing the sound, we protrude the two lips. We protrude the two lips, and you feel like when I say ooh, ooh, you feel the rounding of the lips. Then when you say e and round or minus round sound, there is no protruding of the lips and no rounding at all. You find the lips in neutral or spread position. Tense is another feature that characterizes vowels. Remember, you took in Roger's book in phonetics, you have tense feature and lax. Here we are not using lax, just we have plus and minus tense. If we say minus tense, it means that the feature is going to be lax. The sound is going to be lax. So we have only one, plus tense and minus tense, instead of saying tense and lax. This feature can be used to distinguish long vowels from short ones. Plus tense sounds involve considerable muscular constriction, tensing the body of the tongue. The tongue is like a muscle, so sometimes it is, while producing some sound, it gets tensed. انشد كده شوية, it gets tensed compared to its neutral state. Try to say you feel the sound is relaxed, the tongue is relaxed and not tense at all. Try to say e, you feel the tension of the muscle of the tongue. Again, if you look at page 107, now we have another two columns added. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we have 6 features and we have 6 columns. Each, all the vowels are characterized according to these features. So I'm using the values plus and minus. Advanced tongue root. Advanced tongue root. One further feature often referred to in the characterization of vowel is this feature. It's a feature that particularly considered useful for the description of a number of West African and other languages that show vowel harmony phenomena. In a language used in Ghana called Akan, words may have vowels either from the set E, A, R, O, U, or from the set Is, A, O, U, but not typically a mixture of vowels from both sets. This feature distinguishes advanced vowels from others. The abbreviation is ATR, advanced tongue root, plus advanced tongue root sounds are produced with the root of the mouth, the tongue pushed forward from its neutral position. Whereas the minus ATR sounds are those in which the tongue root is not pushed forward. So these are the features that are related to the vowels or that are used to characterize the vowels, and they make generalization include most of the vowels found in most of the languages. Even some of these features are used to characterize or to describe the consonants. For example, the back feature, we can say that the sound k and the sound n, because they are produced at the back of the mouth, we consider them plus back, or we give them the feature plus back, for example. As I told you before, in our last class, try to study the definition of each feature. Try to train yourself on how to write the matrices of some sounds. List all the features that are related to the consonants and all the ones that are related to the vowels. Try to look at page 110. Look at 7.15. Here we have the sound 12. And then all the features are listed. Try to put a vowel and list all the vocalic features. Try to practice the same list. Make it more than one, and then at the top place a number of consonants, and do the same for the vocalic features. Place a number of vowels. Try to place the pluses and the minuses. Try to do it yourself. And then if you want to check your answer, you can look at page 112 and page 113. You have the chart in table 7.1, feature specification for English consonants. After doing the matrix of each sound, you can check your answers here. You have the chart in which you have all the consonants at the top and all the features on the left side. And at the bottom you have stops to affricates, fricatives, nasals, liquids, and glides, and the classification of these into obstruents and sonorants. And you have all the values given here. So you can check your answer and correct yourself. This is the way you do the practice. Because inshallah in the exam you'll be having such a question. I give you the matrix and you place the values. You can do the same for the vowels. At the top of page 113 you have another chart. Here we have the feature specification for English vowels. You can do the same with the vowels. So practice, make tests for yourself. You can spend time with your friends doing it as a game, for example. And if you look at page 114, you have an exercise here. Try to do number 2 and number 3. If we have enough time in one of the classes, we are going to answer them. But I want you to work on it and you try to do it yourself. The first question, the following sets form natural classes. How can they be characterized in terms of features? So you have a group of sounds in A, B, C, D, etc. Look at the group of sounds. Do they form a natural class? If yes, try to find the features that they share. The features that they share. So don't start doing this exercise. First, you have to study the chapter well. You have to study the chapter well and then answer these two questions. Without studying, you can't do it. In the following question, you have the opposite. Identify the English consonants represented by the following features. You have the features, and now you have to give me the sounds or the sound segments. The features are given, but you have to give me the sounds that are characterized by these features. So look at these two questions. Try to do them after studying the chapter, because you might be having also similar questions to this type in the exam, inshallah. Now we are going to move to chapter 8, phonemic analysis. Before that, we'll talk about, remember the introduction when we talked about the domain of phonetics and phonology, and we said that both describe the study of, both are considered concerned with the study of speech sounds. Phonetics focuses on the physical features or properties of sounds, how the sounds are articulated or how they are produced, and the phonology is concerned with the abstract aspect, mainly the mental aspect. It studies the structure and systematic patterning of sounds in human language and also investigates the organization of sounds in a particular language and principles that govern and abstract rules and principles that govern the distribution of sounds. Okay, chapter 8, phonemic analysis. In this chapter, you will learn the following: definition of the phoneme, the definition of the allophone, the distinction between phonemes and allophones, the distribution of sounds, and you will come across terms such as minimal pairs, phonetic similarity, contrastive or distinctive distribution, complementary distribution, free variation, and also we'll focus on the levels of sound representation, and then we end up talking about the phonological rules that link these two levels of representation. We're going to start now with talking about the concept of distinctiveness through talking about the phonemes and the allophones. You came across this in phonetics. You took what a phoneme is and what an allophone is. So I expect you to know, but we are going to talk about it again. We will define both terms and we'll give examples from English and other languages. So in any language we have distinctive sounds and non-distinctive sounds. We have sounds that have distinctive function, and we have sounds also that have no distinctive or no contrastive function. The phoneme. What is a phoneme? In the first place, it's a small unit in the language. It's the smallest, actually the smallest unit in the language. In itself, it doesn't have a meaning. In itself, it doesn't have a meaning. But when you combine phonemes together, you come up with a word. And this word, when it is produced as a whole, it has a meaning. But it has a distinctive function. It has a distinctive function, so we consider the phoneme a distinctive sound. When I say distinctive sound, I mean that it changes, it has the function of changing the meaning of the word. Or in other words, we say it signals a difference in meaning. How can we do that? By using minimal pairs to show how the phoneme has this distinctive function. This is the technique used by phonologists or phoneticians to identify the phonemes. They use minimal pairs. Minimal pairs such as the following. You have rat, sat, fat, mat. Here we have a set of minimal pairs. Sit, sat, suit. Bat, bad, back. So minimal pairs when you have two words or a set of words that sound alike except for one sound, whether the initial one or the medial one or the final one. And if you look at the first group, here we have rat, sat. By simply replacing the ra with the sa, you are producing a new word with a difference in meaning. If you put fat, fa, instead of sa, and replace also this by ka, every time you are producing a new word by merely replacing one sound by the other. So in this case, as long as you are changing the meaning, it means that you are using different phonemes. This could be the sound in the middle, like sit, sat, shoot. So what makes the difference is the sound in the middle. Bat, bad, back. Here, the final sound is different, and the rest are the same. So these words sound alike except for one sound. These indicate that the sound ta and da and ka in English are phonemes, as long as they lead to a distinction in meaning. What's an allophone? Allo means other, phone means sound. So it means other sounds. But these sounds belong to one phoneme. To simply define this term, we can say it's a phonetic variant of the phoneme. The phonetic variant of the phoneme. It doesn't have a distinctive function like a phoneme. In meaning, it does not signal a difference in meaning. The allophones, which are the variants of the phoneme, are phonetically similar, meaning they share the same features. For example, the sound pa. It features voiceless, bilabial, stop. Voiceless, bilabial, stop. Look at the example in the middle. Pa in pot, it is aspirated. Pa in spot, it is not aspirated. And pa in lip is unreleased pa. Unreleased pa. So these pa aspirated, unaspirated, and unreleased are variants of the phoneme pa, which is given in red. They share the same, they are phonetically similar because all of them are voiceless. All of them are bilabial and all of them are stops. But we have more features in each. The first one is aspirated, the second is not aspirated, the third is unreleased. So phonetically they are similar. We consider them allophones because they are variants or different realizations of the phoneme pa. And they differ according to their position. Later on we'll discuss the position and the environment or the distribution. Here we have another example from English, which is the sound or the phoneme la. The phoneme la also has three allophones. We have the soft la, as in lake, and we have the dark la, l, as in well, and we have the voiceless The voice is la, as in clay, because la is voice, but here it loses the voicing feature. It becomes devoiced because of the preceding sound. Are you following? Are you following, ya Jama'ah? ليش اليوم ما عندنا زباين كثير, just 2 students attending the class. Okay, now the ta, also the phoneme ta, this is another example of the allophones of the phoneme. The phoneme ta has 3 allophones. Here we have also the aspirated ta as in top, the unaspirated one as in stop, and the unreleased as in seat. The distribution of sounds. Now we said phonology is concerned with the organization of sounds and their distribution and the rules that govern, this distribution. What do you mean by this term, distribution? To discover the phonemes, linguists examine the distribution of the phones. What do you mean by the distribution? Here is the definition. The distribution is the phonetic environment in which the sound occurs. The phonetic environment or the phonetic position in which the sound occurs. For example, here we have the word suit versus soon. Suit versus soon. Look at the sound oo. Look at the oo sound in suit and in soon. Try to produce these 2 words and listen to yourself. Try to feel and listen to the production of the oo, suit, soon. You feel that the air is going through the nasal cavity while producing the oo sound, similar to the following na. You say na. Again, the air goes through the nasal cavity, and accordingly you are producing a nasal sound. So here the vowel, it's minus nasal. It changes into plus nasal. The vowel is nasalized in soon. All the vowels, as we know in English, they are oral. All the vowels are oral sounds. But sometimes they are nasalized whenever they occur in a position preceding nasal consonants, as in soon, seem, sing. So before nasals, we nasalize the vowels. So when I say check the environment, it means look at the preceding sound and the following sound. Why here the vowel is nasalized? We have to find a reason, because it is followed by a nasal consonant. The same examples, but we have another feature for the oo. Suit and soon. Suit, soon. You feel the oo is a bit longer in soon. Please try to repeat it after me. Try to raise your voice to listen to yourself, and I want you to feel the production of the oo and listen carefully. Which is longer, the oo in suit or the oo in soon? Which one is longer? Which one of them is longer? Soon, yes, excellent, Munira. Soon. Okay, so here the O is lengthened. That's why you put here the 2 dots for lengthening. If you want to revise the diacritics that we use when we transcribe, the 2 dots, the small circle under some consonants, this tilde mark, and the H, small h for aspiration, and many others, you can go back to Roger's book. There is a whole page that has all these diacritic symbols or diacritics. So it's very important that you go over this again. So here the O is lengthened because it occurs before a voiced consonant. Here the Ta is voiceless, but the Na is voiced. So often we lengthen the vowel whenever it occurs before a voiced consonant. On the other hand, the vowel is shortened if it occurs before a voiceless consonant. Before voiceless consonant, the vowels are shortened. Before voiced consonants, they are lengthened. I hope this is clear. So here, the change of the vowel is determined by the environment, the following sound. Here, the following sound is influencing the vowel. We have different types of distribution. We have overlapping, or sometimes we call it contrastive or distinctive distribution. Here, when the sets of phonetic environments in which the sound occurs are partially or completely identical, then we say that the sounds are in overlapping distribution. Okay? When the two sounds occur in the same position, initial position and final position, and also they occur in the middle, so they are identical in position, they're same place, same position, then we consider these phonemes. We consider them phonemes. And for example, look at the sound ba and da here. Look at the two columns. We have bait and date. Bait and date. These are minimal pairs when you transcribe them. Bait and date. What makes the difference between the two words? The ba, when it's been replaced by da. So it occurs in the same position, identical position. If you replace one by the other, you are producing a new word. Lope and load, nups and knots. All these are minimal pairs. Help you find out if this sound is a phoneme or an allophone. Alright, so we have overlapping or contrastive, sometimes you call it contrastive, or distinctive distribution. Complementary distribution. The allophones of any sound occur in different environments. They are determined actually by this phonetic environment. They complete each other because they belong to the same sound, to the same phoneme. They are phonetically similar, and we say that they are in complementary distribution, meaning they occur in different environments. So the occurrence of sounds in different phonetic environments means complementary distribution. For example, peak and speak. Peak and speak, if you transcribe the pa, it's going to be aspirated. And in the pa in speak is not aspirated. So they occur in two different environments. One initial position and the other one after the S. Because in speak it's not anymore in an initial position. Halas? So here we have two separate or two different environments for the pa. In peak it is aspirated because it occurs initially, whereas in speak it's not aspirated because it occurs after the S. And it's neither final nor initial. Free variation, it's another case. In pronunciation, it occurs whenever the phones are in overlapping distribution, but they don't signal a difference in meaning. So we can say here that they are in free variation. Either use this or that, it's okay. No minimal pairs here. We don't use minimal pairs. Leap. If you say it with releasing the air or without, like leap and leap, you keep the air inside your mouth without releasing it. Here we say that the production of these these two sounds are in free variation. They are in free variation. Miss, the word miss. If you have the British accent, for example, miss, you say miss. Like in I miss you. I miss you, which is produced as a verb. I miss you. If you say the same utterance, but I miss you, you are following the American pronunciation. Are you producing another utterance referring to something else, or you are using it using the same, not sa, but sha? Are you giving a new word by saying miss as mish? When I say miss, I miss you or I miss you, am I changing the meaning of the word? It's the same word, the same meaning. It's just similar to sip and ship. Sorry. Is this similar to sip and ship? Miss and mish. I miss you, I miss you. Do we have any signaling or a difference in meaning? Do we have any difference in meaning when I say I miss you or I miss you? No. But if I say sip and ship, when I say sip and ship, are they the same or different? Are they allophones or phonemes? The sounds sha in sip and ship, are they allophones or phonemes? Sip and ship, not ship and ship. They are phonemes. They are right, Munira. They are phonemes. When I say sip and ship, sa, by merely replacing it by sha, you are producing a new word. But when I say I miss you or I miss you following the American accent, I'm not changing the meaning of miss. Miss, يعني أفتقد, whether you say it with the American accent or the British accent, the meaning is the same. So in this case, it's an allophone in miss and mish, but in sip and ship, it's considered a phoneme. So we go over the distribution of sounds concerning the sound la and the sound pa again. If you look at la, we call it the soft la in lake. It occurs in initial position. The ul in well, it's a dark or viralized la, always occurring in a final position. Play, which is, if you notice here, the small circle, it's voiceless. It became voiceless because it occurs after a voiceless consonant, which is the sound pa. The allophones of the pa. The allophones of the pa. We have aspirated pa, unaspirated pa, and unreleased. Pot, spot, leap. So one is aspirated because it occurs initially in a word or in a syllable. One is unaspirated because it occurs after the S. And the other one is unreleased because it occurs in a final position. These are the distributions or the phonetic environment in which these sounds occur. Because they occur in different environments, so we say that they are in complementary distribution. Because they occur in different environments, we don't have identical ones like in the case of overlapping or distinctive feature, distinctive sounds. So they occur in different positions or phonetic environment, one initially, one finally, and one after the S. And one is devoiced because it is preceded by a voiceless consonant. Here we give more examples. Look at this example from English. Ta. The sound ta. How many allophones we have here for the sound ta? In stop, top, bit, kitten, and better. We have 5. We have ta, the aspirated, as in stop, and we have top, which is aspirated ta, and then we have bit. The ta here is unreleased because it occurs in a final position. And then we have the word kitten. If you say kitten, you are not having any assimilation. But if you say kitten, this is often found in the dialects spoken in England. Kitten. You say kitten. Better. Again, better. This is not common. Not all the languages produce the sound ta as a flap. But if you notice the Americans, all of them use the ta or produce it as a flap or as a flap. Look at this example from Arabic. Inna Allah fillahi hubbullahi. Here we have the same la. Sometimes it's dark, sometimes it's front. soft. مرققة. إن الله مفخمة. إذا ترجع للتجويد إن الله we don't say إن الله. Can we say إن الله حتى it sounds awkward. إن الله هي بتطلع كده automatically, spontaneously and naturally it comes مفخمة. إن الله حب الله في الله. إحنا we don't say في الله. Do we say في الله? No. Why do we have here soft la and a dark la? Is it similar to English? In English we have soft and dark depending on the position, initial position, final position. What about العربي عندنا في العربي? Why we say الله مفخمة and في الله مرقق? Try to think. Why we have إن الله في الله حب الله? Why we have a soft la and a dark la here? What about its position? What about its position? Yes, we have dark line, we have soft line. We said في التجويد بنقول إحنا مفخمة ومرققة. في تفخيم وترقيق. Where in what environment usually بنرقق اللام وبنفخمها؟ كده على كيفنا؟ مرة نفخمها مرة نخففها أو نرققها؟ ولا there is a particular reason for التفخيم and الترقيق? What do you mean? Depends on the word before. How? Or after maybe. How? Yes, في حرف جر which is, and what else? Because of حرف الجر. يوجد حرف الجر ولا الحركة اللي على حرف الجر؟ في الله مسبوقة بكسرة. إن الله مسبوقة بفتحة، حب الله مسبوقة بضمة. ففي حالة النصب بالفتحة والرفع بالضمة هذه يؤدي إلى تفخيم اللام. إذا كانت مجرورة بالكسرة أو فأسبقها الكسرة في الكلمة السابقة فلا تكون مرققة كما نقول في الله، في الله. So now let's look at the comparison between the two. We talked about the phonemes and we talked about the allophones. And we said that phonemes are abstract mental entities. They are found in the abstract area of the brain, whereas the allophones are concrete and physical entities. Yani while producing a certain sound, we can explain about the production of his sounds, the organs he produces, and the phonemes, they have the distinctive or contrastive features, whereas the allophones carry the non-distinctive and non-contrastive ones. Phonemes are unpredictable. Why they are unpredictable? Because they occur in the same position. They have identical distribution, identical one. Whereas the allophones are predictable because they occur in different environments. They occur in different environments. So the phonemes are unpredictable, they occur in the same position, and they are in overlapping distribution. The allophones are predictable. We can predict their occurrence from the environment. They are in complementary distribution, meaning they have different phonetic environments. The phonemes occur at the phonemic level or phonological level, whereas the allophones occur at the phonetic level. Inshallah, next time we'll talk about the levels of distribution. So in this section we have just covered, I want you to focus on the following terms. We have phonemes, we have allophones, we have phonetic similarity, complementary distribution, overlapping distribution, predictability, and free variation. Predictability and free variation. We go back again to the distribution. Complementary, meaning there are different environments for each sound. Overlapping, it means that they have an identical environment. They occur in an identical environment. Therefore, predictability differs. Phonemes are unpredictable, but allophones are predictable. Why they are predictable? Shall we study from the side? Study from both. The textbook, you should read also the book and the slides, both of them. So why the allophones are predictable whereas the phonemes are not? Because they occur in different environments, so you can tell if the position of the word initially of the sound in initial position, or it occurs in a final position. It is preceded by a voiceless consonant or followed by a voiced consonant, etc. We go back to the distinctiveness of sounds. Sounds, we said, are distinctive or non-distinctive. Again, accordingly, the features are going to be either distinctive or non-distinctive. So two languages may have the same sounds, yet these sounds may have different phonological properties in the two languages. Yani if these languages are found in English and Hindi, in one of them they are going to be phonemes, and in the other they are going to be allophones. For example, look here at pot and spot, aspirated and unaspirated. If you produce the pa with aspiration or without aspiration, you are not changing the meaning of the book of the word pot. But look at tie. Look at tie. Look at these two examples in the slide. Pa, meaning to split, and pa, meaning forest. One is produced with the puff of air, and the other one without. So by merely producing a puff of air while producing this sound, you are giving a word different from when you produce it without the air. So aspiration here, we can say it's a distinctive feature in Thai, but not in English. Yes, right, because the meaning is, as long as the meaning is changed, it means that these two words are considered minimal pair. If you replace one sound by the other, you are producing a new word. The same goes for Hindi and Korean. They have the same sounds and the same features and same function. So in Hindi, the aspirated pa and the unaspirated ba are considered phonemes, not allophones. Why they are phonemes? Why they are phonemes? Please answer this question. No, you don't have to memorize this. I give you the data. So here, kal and pal, one means moment and one means fruit. So what makes the difference between these two words? The aspirated pa and the unaspirated pa, because they are phonemes in this language. The same goes for kal, and kal means wicked person and yesterday. So again here we have the pa and the ka also, the aspirated form and the unaspirated form are considered phonemes. In Korean also we have the same feature and the same function. Pa aspirated and unaspirated in pita and pita. And if you go to Korean or to Hindi and produce these the same way, the other person is going to misunderstand you. But it might affect the meaning. Voicing in English is considered a distinctive feature. Like when I say fat and vat, fine and vine. By replacing it by va, you are producing a new word. In Arabic, we have habs and labs. Try to say bab, bab. Say bab. You are producing the ba as ba. But when you say laps, because it is followed by a voiceless consonant, which is the sa, we are going to produce this voice ba as soft one. Laps, lips, haps, lips, haps. It's not like bas or bab. Vowel lengthening in Japanese has a distinctive function, whereas in English it's not. When I say beat or bead, I'm not changing the meaning of beat if I lengthen it more. Kuri and kuri, it means, the first one means good description, and the second one means empty theory. So as long as there is a difference in meaning, this means that merely lengthening the O in Japanese, it helps in producing a new word. So U and the lengthened one are considered phonemes in this language, but not allophone. Okay, this is the end of this class. I want you to revise all what you have taken. If you have any questions, please do ask. Next time we'll continue with this chapter. We'll talk about the levels of sound representation, the phonemic level and the phonetic level. Any questions? Do you have any questions? I'm going to stop here. So as I told you before, we still have another class that makes up for the previous class that we missed. What do you think of Saturday? Saturday at 4 o'clock. Saturday at 4. Okay, Saturday at 4 o'clock. We'll take our makeup class for the lecture we missed on Wednesday. Do you have any questions concerning anything? Any questions, Rifa, Munira? طيب, Salam alaikum. Please now leave the room.